Well, welcome back to Vintage Farmhouse Antiques, and the china we're going to run you over today is Netherlands china, something we don't handle that often here in the UK. This is made by Mosa, and it's made in a pottery town called Maastricht, which has got quite a long and established pottery production history. This is porcelain china. This is probably produced just before, well, between First and Second World War. We're assigning a date, probably 1930s, early 1940s to this particular pattern. It hasn't got a particular name that we've been able to research and find, if anybody does come up with a name, but the majority of Mosa Maastricht patterns were never assigned marketing names. It's a beautiful design with some absolutely stunning moulding. I'm going to bring a plate from the dresser into relief in front of the camera. I don't think that's going to pick up particularly well because of the bright sunlight we've got here coming onto the dresser. So let's reposition our tripod and show you over the detailing that's on this china. I think that's better in this morning's light, and it really does show you this lovely detailed moulding that forms part of the decoration on these plates. The relief moulding is completely separate from the transfer printed, which is this really gorgeous old-fashioned rose garland design that repeats around these dinner plates. There's chrysanthemum in there, there's rose, there's tulip, so it's a mixed floral garland, but it's picked out in this absolutely delightful rich dusky pink. Let me show you the china marks on these. Mosa Maastricht with that sort of arched bridge. No indication specifically of the date on this, but we think from looking at references online that this is probably 1930s, but it could be more recent than that because most are still, I think, in production, if I'm not wrong. I'm sure somebody will correct me in comments if that's not the case. We're listing a very large dinner service that we've purchased in this. There's a tea service as well. There was an awful lot of damage on it, so a lot of pieces are going to be retained for personal use, I think, because it's so pretty. On a dresser, as you can see, it just stands out beautifully. The detailing, the pink, it's so unusual, and with this sort of creamy, it's not a pure white, and this is porcelain china. I don't know whether I can, no, in this light it's not going to work, but it is translucent. It's quite thick porcelain. It's not paper thin like some of the English Copeland or you know, the fine porcelain. But it's nonetheless porcelain china and very translucent, so if you've got a light source behind it, you can see your shadow coming through it. These are dinner plates. They are 9.75 inches in diameter. The irregular rims with that detailed moulding where you can see the indents on the sort of rolling. It's not really a scallop border, it's more what we call an indent border, where it's sort of brought in with a palpable indentation around the rim. Gilt retained around them very well. The glaze, very fine on these. Obviously with the gilt they can't go through dishwashers or microwaves, so we wouldn't recommend anything other than hand washing for these. But we have got a large set of the dinner plates. We've also got some serving plates and terrines coming through as well, and a massive large soupier, which is absolutely spectacular. So quite a bit of this china coming onto our catalogue over the next few weeks. Thanks for watching.